Hi, I'm Major Kim Guest.
I'm Chief Wolfgang. And I'm Master Sergeant Nelson.
Welcome to the 56th Security Forces Squadron, where these combat credible defenders come in and train, defend, or fight every day. I want to introduce you to the team.
Welcome to the 56th. I'm Master Sergeant Walker. I'm the Alpha Flight Flight Chief. Let me show you our squadron and also pretty much my second home. So as we move down this... Hey, Sergeant Denson, what's happening?
What's up, sir?
This is Sergeant Denson. He's a flight sergeant on duty right now for Bravo Flight. We'll do a COVID high five. We'll keep our 6-foot distance. As we move in here, I'll show you what we have going on in this room, and what this is my civilian defenders in conjunction with my active duty personnel and our investigator Joe are doing some training right now on our Reconstitution Day, talking about booking.
So stay facing that way?
So this is our
And
primary
then it allows me
location
to then take a picture again?
that we do our fingerprinting, our DNA collection, and everything else that entails with that. Let's go ahead and follow me. Let's see what other training's going on for this Reconstitution Day. As we move down the hall, we have some security forces milestones within the career field on the right, and then also on the left we have some throwbacks to our heritage, especially within the 56th Security Forces Squadron. We move down here, it's a really cool combat arms picture. We have our operations superintendent's office, our operations officer. Paula, what's going on, Captain?
How's it going, guys? Welcome to our house.
Captain Cordova, awesome operations officer. I'll give him a little shout out. As we move out into here, this is our newly purchased, newly constructed guard mount room. When I first got here about 3.5 years ago, we used to do guard mount where I'd be standing right now was a parking lot. And we do guard mount, arm up, out duty. Doesn't seem too bad until you're kitted up and it's 120 degrees outside and you're already sweating before you've even started your shift. So having this facility, it allows us to do our training. We have some mats that we roll out when we do combatives, when we do some red man suits, when we also do some questioning techniques. It's an outstanding, outstanding building to use in a great space. As we move through here, due to the COVID, we have our COVID procedures in place, but what we're doing now is we're going over some report writing and some security forces specific paperwork training. One thing that we can always get better on is our paperwork. As we move over here, we have this large flat screen TV that's touchscreen, and this is a training aid that we use not only at guard mount. So if I have a young airman that's doing roll call training, he can utilize this technology to bring up videos, he can do demonstrations, and then also we have these CERT training laser pistols. And what we do is we have my leader-led trainers going over weapons tactics. We'll do scenarios. We may do a shoot, no shoot scenario. And this is where we really start that foothold of building and down within the 56th Security Forces Squadron. Because at the end of the day, confidence breeds confidence. And this is where we start that. As we all know, we have a couple CVTs that we have to do within the Air Force, also within security forces. So my desk sergeants or my flight sergeants that may have some reports that they need to finish up or kind of put a finishing touch on EPR, this is where we provide them that opportunity to do it. So we kind of talked about building some lethality. We talked about the capabilities, having some computers for report writing, some EPRs. There's another way that we like to stay fit, and that's physically fit. So follow me and we'll go out to this Security Forces Defender Optimization Center. Like I was saying, inside the building, inside our new guard mount room, that's one area that we use to kind of get our mind right, get our procedures right. This is where we start getting our body right. Sergeant Turner, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Sergeant Turner's one of my young studs, Staff Sergeant Turner. So I see he's throwing us some easy weight out here.
Oh, yes, sir.
So this is a great opportunity that we have
the 25
for
off?
this.
Yeah, just put on
The 25.
Gym in a box, like defenders can come out here. It's beautiful weather here in Arizona. Right now we can get a workout in. We have our civilian defenders integrated with us today on our Reconstitution Day. This is just another tool that we use and we prepare for the next tour of duty, whatever that may be. What's up, Durham? Get it. Get it. Too easy. If you go ahead and join me now, I'm gonna hop in this patrol car. I'm gonna take you over to our doghouse. now we're over here at the K9 kennels. I have Tech Sergeant Hendricks with me. Sergeant Hendricks, how you doing?
Good, sir. How you doing?
Boom, COVID bump. So this is his area. I'll hand it off to Sergeant Hendricks, let him do a little spill on what he has going on out here.
All right, good morning, good morning. All right, so this is the K9 facility, he said. Right here we got a little K9 little hall right here, here for you. So we're going in the back here to show you a little training we do. Even though in the times that we're in right now, we still have to maintain these dogs, right? So we're going back to see a little bit what the dogs are doing. We got our one-of-a-kind facility out here. Alright, so here we got Sergeant McCone right here. We have Senior Airman Huff with MWD Enzo. So we're going to show you a little bit out here of some obedience that they do every day.
Cool. So as part of the Squadron of the Future role that the 56 Security Forces Squadron and the schedule that we're in, we have those reconstitution days embedded into our schedule for our operations section. I also have permanently assigned K9 handlers with my senior airman and my staff sergeant embedded in my flight. So as part of my flights doing training for reconstitution, we were talking about paperwork, doing some workouts and some other drills. My K9 handlers also are utilizing this reconstitution time to perfect their K9 skills. That wraps up our time here at K9. Big shout out and thank you to Sergeant Hendricks. He's doing a great job with his trainer as well, prepping our K9 teams to be better every day as part of our reconstitution day. So another part that I'm going to show you is how we're utilizing technology to increase our defenders' lethality, our preparedness and readiness on these reconstitution days. So if you will, follow me to Building 808 and we'll showcase some of the cool things that we have going on there. Like I said, we'll see you at Building 808. Welcome back. Here we are now at our Defender Optimization Center. So located inside this building, we have our virtual reality training simulator. We utilize our same issued duty weapons, and it's scenario based. We can do domestic responses, traffic responses, we can see crisis negotiation tactics, and then it interacts with our defenders. And then we kind of use it as a training tool to critique with our defenders to make them better. So right now I have a couple of my defenders responding to, you can see what is an active shooter scenario at a movie theater.
Get out of the way, get out of the way! Go right, go left. Go right, go right. Look up the left side. Right. Get out, man, going right. That's fire, fire, fire. Get out! Come out with your hands up! Got one shooter down.
Right now we're going through an active shooter response.
South left.
So one thing that we can do is once the scenario terminates, then we do an after action report. And we start from the initial call all the way to the final scenario, step by step. What they did good, what they did bad, and then how we get better. You can tell with the realism of the scenario, this is one of the best training days that I've ever seen in my career. And it's an absolute asset for what we're doing. It's making our defenders more prepared to go out there and do those jobs and respond to those high-risk situations. This wraps it up for here over at the Defender Performance Center, Optimization Center. And right now we're going to head over to the Combat Arms Building. We're We're going to show you some of the training that we're doing, some of the firing techniques that we're doing also on our reconstitution days to make my defenders more lethal. So come and join me. Alrighty. Now we're over here at our combat arms section. So up to this point this morning, what you've seen has kind of been building blocks onto our lethality, making our defenders better, making them mentally and physically better. One of the last and best ways to get that training in is actual trigger time at our range. So right now, I'm going to put my mask on. I'm going to get some hearing protection, and we're going to step in.
You're so close, all right? You think you can do it again?
What's going on, defenders? So Sergeant Clone is my primary flight trainer. He coordinates all of our annual security forces training requirements, also our quarterly training, and our sustainment fire. So I'm going to let him showcase some of the techniques and procedures that he's been practicing to make our defenders more lethal.
Like Master Sergeant Walker was saying, I work for Elf Flight's lead trainer. Today we're doing some sustainment firing. What that entails is our guys working on transition drills using their M4, transitioning to their M9s if they happen to receive a jam or run out of ammunition. Once they transition, finish their course fire, then they will evaluate their M4, get their M4 back up, and stand by until we go on to another drill. We do many drills here. That's just one prime example that we do, working on those.
So one of the things I'd like to highlight, one of the recent purchases in our squadron, is the purchase of the Windy brand helmet. It's a high-cut helmet that still offers ballistic protection, but it's also modular and lightweight. So it gives options when mounting flashlights and NVGs and other accessories to our defenders. It's also a more comfortable helmet than your traditional niche helmet when you have to wear it for longer durations of time. Another huge advancement in the 21st century of security forces is the purchase of our Squadron Frontier Tactical, this plate carrier. It's a lightweight modular plate carrier. It still has the quick release, so if we had to do any type of triage on an injury, we can still have that capability. But probably the biggest thing that sets this thing apart from all the others is that they have a male version and a female version. So each vest is tailored for a male or for a female instead of just the one size fits all. It was an awesome purchase. Tier Tactical came out, hand fitted everything to each and every defender. We put the plates in, and now it's ready to rock and roll. When we deploy, we have other equipment that we can add on to the plate carrier system to add protection, but this also meets the security force requirement for ballistic protection around the body and still maintaining lightweight durability. Sergeant Bolger, how you feeling it?
Good, sir. Comfortable.
Good.
Cool. Stand all day.
One more thing that I love about my career field and that I feel that really makes us great is our ability to operate day or night in any condition around the world, to include limited visibility and hours of darkness. So one of the ways that we prepare our airmen for that is part of this training, as you're about to see. Well, that wraps up our time here at Combat Arms. Follow me, we'll head back over to our main squadron building. Well, thanks for seeing my squadron and what we do, but unfortunately, I gotta kick you out and we gotta get back to work.
Ready to strike!
Ready to fire!